welcome all to the GM Sports Game Show. Boy, if you haven't liked or subscribed yet, I highly recommend you go do it right now, right this second. We've got a panel of phenomenal people here, and I just want to let you know. I'm going to start with Diabolical himself. Please introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Diabolical. I am a fan of all sports, master of none, but I can talk some sports. Glad to be here.
Oh, yeah. Glad to have you, sir. Next, we're going to talk about Jake.
Yo, what's up, guys? Glad to be here. You guys know I do Jake's Takes on Sports on TikTok, and yeah, I'm just happy, excited, ready to go.
Sweet. Next, the big man, the old man himself, Corey.
Hey guys, it's Sports Nut Corey. Do you just here to have fun and still the cute one?
Ugh. Anyway, yes, sure, in his own mind, folks. And then we can't forget about the Hot Rod.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hot Rod here. Hot Rod Sound Sports is my TikTok, and I do a podcast with Brandon and Corey and Dio called Married to Sports. Check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and Amazon.
And then, folks, we can never forget about the rookie, the Rook himself, Brandon.
I'm the Rook. I'm with the I'ma Say It podcast, also with Married to Sports. How you guys doing?
Hey, and I'm your host, Chris, with Getaway Game Sports, everybody. So this is what's going on. The GM himself is getting us questions ready as we speak now. They are going to be on sports topics, obviously, folks. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. He should be throwing the first one up now. Here's a hint. It's our every man for himself. Here we go. MVP race. Who will take home the trophy in the NFL? Rod, start.
Right now, I think the race is too close to call, but right now, I'm going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs, running back from the Lions. You know, he's having a phenomenal year. He's proven his worth. He's controlling the game. And honestly, I just feel like he's by far one of the best running backs in the league right now compared to how quarterbacks are playing.
Cool. Next is Corey.
Well, see, was going to go with the obvious choice being a Cowboys fan. I was going to say Dak Prescott, but I'm going to throw a curveball. The one that I'm impressed with so far this year has been Drake May from New England. But after this weekend, Drake May has proven that he's coming along. I think he's got a chance. He's the dark horse. But if New England overtakes Buffalo for the AFC East, that's going to be your MVP.
Nice. The Rook, let's go.
So even though they got trashed last night, I'm still going to go with Baker Mayfield. I really like what he's done this year. His touchdown to interception ratio is really good. His completion percentage is pretty good. I know they had a bad night last night, but I think that was more of a testament to the Lions. I think the Lions did a great job, especially after getting beat by Kansas City the way they did. I still have Baker Mayfield pulling this out with a 12-win season.
Sounds good. Nice. Dio.
All right, gentlemen, let's really take a look at this real closely. Right now, I wouldn't have any name on that list for the fact that we are not even halfway through the season. You know, the latter part of the season is when teams start stepping up and make things happen. There's been too many parodies in the NFL so far this year. We're talking about guys right now that may not even be playing by the end of the year based on the injury bug. So I'm not quick to put that hat on anybody yet. I am waiting to see where these divisions end up and how they start shaping up, because it's like preseason in college football. You know, we see how that worked out for a lot of teams. It's changed every week. So until we get past the halfway point, because that's usually when you know what your team's going to look like, and that's when you can start looking at a quarterback, a running back,
10 seconds.
that sort of thing. Me personally, I'm not putting a name on that list yet.
Copy that. All right. And then last but not least, Jake.
Well, so Corey kind of said it for me pretty much. It's got to be Drake May. When you're coming into your sophomore season, you look like the best quarterback of your draft class, and you also look like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I would almost even argue top 3 as he's performed, has comparable stats to Baker Mayfield, has a brand new head coach, has a brand new offense, just multiple new things. This is a whole new Patriots team, and Drake May just looks completely better. So I think that in and of itself, I think that is enough of a case for me to put his name at the top as of right now.
Cool. Hey, I like all those answers. And I got to be honest, I'm kind of on the same page with this gentleman, Dio. I got to tell you, I liked your answer the best because I was thinking the same thing when the question came up. But I am on the Baker Mayfield bandwagon right now. Cardiac Kids, even though he didn't play very good last night, but neither did his receivers, especially when they're getting knocked out, running down the field and hit the ground. I don't know. That's just a different story to me. But I am going to stick with Dio. Got to go with you. Dio gets the point, everybody.
Good job, Dio.
Good job,
Way to
Dio.
go, Dio.
By the way, everybody, I just want to thank Powerlifting News USA for being our host network on YouTube as well as on the TikTok. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Also, you can subscribe to all of us as well. We will have the information for you later on in the broadcast. Hey, there I am, Getaway Game Sports.
How do we feel about Chris? Everybody give your opinion.
Please do. Let's go.
I don't want a point deducted, so we'll stick to that.
And I would like to
love
get future points.
All right, our next question, folks. Giannis, I can't even say his name, or Kevin Durant.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
All right, thank you. That too. All right, so we're gonna go with Dio.
All right. So I made a comment earlier today when it comes to Kevin Durant. I'm not gonna take anything away from his journey through the NBA. I think he's an outstanding player. I think he's done wonders with the teams he's been with. He's had some trials, and he's succeeded, and he's also fallen. I made the comment earlier that, when they play the Spurs, they bring the Admiral back to play him as a joke, David Robinson. But, I got to go with the youth on this one. I've watched Giannis in the playoffs. I watched when they won their NBA championship that year. And I'm definitely leaning towards Giannis between the two as far as having a great season. Durant he's a good filler on that talented Golden State team, but I think Giannis is going to be leading his team this year. I think he's going to bring back that leadership role and put the Bucks back on the right track.
Thank you, Dio. Next up, we got the Rook.
All right, so I'm going to go with Kevin Durant, and this is a homer take because he's a Texas boy. I do like Giannis, and when you look at the health, I think Giannis has done better in health, but Kevin Durant is a walking bucket. He can shoot inside, outside, free throw line. It doesn't matter. Giannis doesn't have the ability to score at will like that. And so just because Kevin Durant is a accurate shooter from anywhere, I'm going to take Kevin Durant. He does have 2 rings. He did have to go to Golden State to get them. I do understand. But honestly, if Oklahoma City would have looked at the Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant situation a little more closely, I think we could have seen a different career path among Kevin Durant. So I'm still going to take Kevin Durant, even though he's been plagued with the injury bug as of late.
All right, I like it. Number 3, Jake.
All right. So I think that this is pretty simple. I am, as of right now, going to go with Giannis. When we saw Kevin Durant come to the Eastern Conference before he left again to go back to the West, Giannis ran them out of town. Giannis beat him in every playoff series they played against each other. He pretty much just dominated Kevin Durant, dominated the Brooklyn Nets, sent Kevin Durant back to the West, sent him to Phoenix, that failed, went to Houston, that failed. I know that he has more championships than Giannis, but Giannis,
Yeah.
Finals MVP, 50 points in the last game of the Finals. I just think that Giannis is overall a better player.
Copy that. That was a good argument. I like that. All right, Hot Rod, let's go.
You know, I'm gonna go with Giannis here, and honestly, with the Bucks, he is that catalyst that makes the Bucks go. He is the MVP type caliber guy that they have. I really believe that he's going to have to put the team on his shoulders and carry him with some of the moves they made. So ultimately, I think he's going to be the ultimate leader for that Bucks team and perform that well.
Nice. And then last but not least, the old man, Corey.
You know, when it comes to these two, these are they're in two different points in their career. If you look at the career so far, I mean, when it comes to just everything, Kevin Durant can score with anybody. Like Brandon said, he can score inside, he can score outside. I wish he would rebound a little bit more, but that's not something he has to do on most teams. But he can do it. He showed it when he was at Texas. I mean, he was a double-double. Giannis, came in the league. He has worked his way up to a superstar. He's carried his team to a NBA title. This year, he's gotten more help this year with Miles Turner going to be there. I mean, if I'm picking a person right now, I got to pick Giannis. But if I had to pick a career, it's definitely Kevin Durant.
All right. So which one is it?
I'd have to give it right now. For this year, it's definitely going to be Giannis. I think you're going to see Giannis at a more explosive play. Plus, he doesn't have to battle the West. He's got a softer East to get to the finals. So I'm going with Giannis.
I got to tell you, I like the arguments here. The toughest one for me is probably the best one that I heard, even though it was a homer one. The Rook had the best argument in regards to Durant, in my opinion, even though I'm not sure if he has made too many teams better that he's gone to throughout his career, where Giannis has only stayed in one spot and been able to thrive there. And Durant has always had better ball players. But, Rook, I am going to give it to you this time. That's +1 for you, sir.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. So we got one Brandon, one Diabolical, and Corey, Rod, and Jake are on the hot seat for this question, folks. So here we go. One of those three gentlemen will be eliminated after this question. So the GM, whenever you're ready, sir.
Oh my goodness.
How about them Cowboys?
I love it. I love it.
So we are going to actually start with Jake.
What's the preface here for this? Just my
How about
overall
them
view.
Cowboys?
How about them? They have one of the worst owners in all of football. They have one of the worst constructed defenses in all of football. They have probably one of the better offenses in football, but it's going to be completely wasted by a garbage bottom of the league defense. Trading Micah Parsons was obviously the proper thing to do because the man got too big for the star. I understand that, but at the same time, Jerry Jones has completely ruined this football team. I think that this offense is just going to be completely wasted this season. It's almost a world beater. You have three different guys that are top 10 in touchdowns in the league. Three different guys on offense, and you can't win.
Seconds.
So I just, how about them Cowboys? How about they suck?
All right. How about they suck? I like that one. Dio, you're next, sir.
So I'm not going to bash anybody's team here. The Cowboys growing up for me as a kid, they were always on a lot. I'm not going to look at the organization as a whole. I'm not going to make any comments about their ownership right now. When you ask me about them Cowboys, I'm looking at what I've watched so far this year. They are a hot, cold team. And I will say this, the potential is there based on what they have in-house. New coach, I think Schottenheimer's doing a decent job. The Cowboys can put up points. Cowboys defense gives up points. It depends on what kind of game Dak's having. But honestly, I'm actually really surprised being an outsider looking in because I'm not a Dallas fan. I'm going to leave my football politics out of it. But looking at the Dallas Cowboys this year, I actually give them a B. I really do because I see the potential there. And they got some draft picks. They got some draft picks for that Micah Parsons trade. So I think they're in better shape than what some Cowboy fans may give them.
Ooh, nice. All right, Brandon, the Rook. Let's go, Homer.
All right. Yeah, this is going to be 100% Homer take. I am a Cowboys fan, and to be honest with you, I'm actually really okay with where we're at. You ask how about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? We're going to upset some people. We're going to make some people score a lot of points. Now, the problem is my back end. My back end, for some reason, Diggs is out again. He's out with a concussion. He should be back now. But we're missing Overshown. And we're missing, Overshown being gone shouldn't matter that much, but it does. And so when we get him back, I think we're going to be really dangerous on the defensive side. But I know we're going to be dangerous on the offensive side. Now, people laughed at me and thought I was crazy when I said George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb is arguably a top 5 duo in the league. Man, they're arguably a top 3 duo in the league. They are really like that. Schottenheimer's done a great job. I don't understand the Matt Eberflus hire. If we can ever get our defense to play, and it can be credited to that man, I'll owe him an apology.
10 seconds.
But Matt Eberflus hiring him after he couldn't make it through the Bears, that was crazy to me. But we're going to roll. How about them Cowboys?
Ooh. All right. Next is going to be Corey.
Okay. We everybody knows about their offense. We'll leave that for last. But their defense, if you look at their defense, you look at every defense in the NFL this year. Baltimore Ravens supposed to have the best defense in the world. We've seen what that's come of. All these teams that are supposed to have great defenses are giving up points. Dallas has given up points. Dallas has been hot and cold on the defensive side, but they are getting overshone. If you look at it, they had 6 sacks last game against the Commanders, who's supposed to have a decent offensive line, but we get 6 sacks. We're starting to get pressure. They're starting to use the defense. The defense is coming along. We're going to have Overshown back. Plus, the other one that's going to help a lot is we've been without 2 corners, one of them being the rookie and the other one being Carson. So them 2 are supposed to be back. That's going to help. And with that offense, what are they doing this year that they didn't do in the last couple of years? They're running the ball. Look at what Williams is doing. Look at what the offensive line is doing, which is a makeshift offensive line half the time because of injuries.
5 seconds. My bad.
Our team, the Dallas Cowboys, I'd give them a B plus A. I know our defense stinks, but watch out. They could be a playoff team.
Wrap it up. Cool. All right, Hot Rod, the legend himself. Here we go.
Coming into the season, we didn't know what to expect with a rookie head coach and no running game. Everybody was sleeping on Javonte Williams. He's come out having a solid season. You get one guy that they didn't expect was Flournoy. He's become one of the Dak's favorite targets. I really believe that Dallas is okay, but they've got to work on that back end on the defense. You can win shootouts, but that's not how you want to win games. And so I really give them an A for how they have performed with what the offseason noise was.
Ooh. That's a good one. Hold on. I'm just writing my notes down. Sorry, guys. So my opinion is this. The Cowboys had the virus, and the virus they got rid of and then they had the injury bug like my Niners did. Okay. They have overcome the virus, I think, and they are playing a lot better ball than I expected them to. When they tied the Packers, don't get me wrong, I think they should have won that game, but they tied the Packers. They proved that they didn't need Micah Parsons. So here we go. Brandon and Dio, you guys are already into the next round. Corey, I got you tied with Jake right now. Rod, you move on to the next round. So here is my question. Are we ready?
Go for it.
Corey and Jake, Micah Parsons leaving. I just basically said it. What will the income be, or not the income, excuse me, the outcome be the rest of the season for the Cowboys?
Uh,
Go for it, Jake.
well, I think that the outcome for the Dallas Cowboys, I think that it's going to be a lot of shootouts still. I think that their defense is coming together. It has gotten a little bit better as of late with pass rush and such. But I mean, I just don't see that defense as far as that linebacking core goes, and as far as those defensive backs on, as far as the safeties, the corners are all right, especially Carson and the other rookies that they have. And so my outlook for them
5
is to
seconds.
potentially make the playoffs, but I don't know. I think that they could slightly miss it. It depends. It depends on how well that defense wants to play for the rest of the season.
All right, Corey.
I'm right there. You know, their defense, like I just said in my thing, the defense has come along. It's gotten better. Do I like the coordinator? No. But you know what? If he starts playing the style that they need, they're not a zone team. They're a man-to-man team. They start playing that. Our back end, I think, will be okay. We've got the pieces. Our offenses can score with any team in the league. So I see Dallas, and not just because I'm a Cowboy fan, but I do honestly see Dallas making it to the playoffs. Now, I didn't a couple weeks ago, but right now I do. After watching what their defense did yesterday or Sunday, I do see them making the playoffs.
All right. You guys made this tough, and this is the part that sucks. I got to let somebody go. And I hate to say this, but on this one, Jake, I got to let you go, brother.
Oh, that's fine. I figured this is kind of an opinion thing. I was the one that kind of dumped on them compared to everybody else. So I kind of knew I was out.
No, you didn't. You're good, though. I liked it. I liked your take, and I'm trying not to put my own personal biases in there. So, Jake, got any final thoughts?
No, not really.
All right, brother. Jake, I tip one to you. Water. Because that's all I'm drinking. All right, everybody. Who will make it to the NBA Finals? I am going to start with Dio.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna probably put OKC going back to the finals. I think the Lakers are going to be right there in the championship with them this year, but I think OKC rides that championship all the way back to the finals. Out of the East, I'm going to throw. I just with the Pacers. The Pacers are a possibility, but I don't think Boston's ready to give that up yet. I think Boston makes it back to the finals. It's going to be a Boston OKC finals.
All right.
I mean,
next up is going to be Corey.
Now this one's a little bit easier for me, kinda, but kinda not. In the West, I'm gonna have to go. OKC is the best team still until somebody beats them, but it is hard to go back to back in any sport. But so going that way, I'm gonna go outside the box, and I'm gonna say Golden State goes to the finals in the West. In the East, with all the injuries that have happened to Boston, to Indy, that is a wide open. And I will right now put the New York Knicks versus the Golden State Warriors as my finals.
Wow, that's bold. That is bold. I like that, though. All right. Rod, let's go. Can't hear you, Rod.
out of the West, you got OKC, you got Denver. I think those are the two best teams in the conference. Give me Denver on this one. And ultimately, out of the East, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks because ultimately, you know what? They're by far probably the more complete team right now with not having as many injuries as other teams. You got Halliburton out, you got Jalen Brown, you got Jason Tatum out, and those are two big losses for each team. The East is wide open, so give me the give me the Bucks to get back there.
Copy that. All right. Rook, let's go, my friend. Let's get it.
Okay, so I really like what Sam Presti did in Oklahoma City. They have such a young, talented group of guys, and they kept everybody together. I do have them going back to back. I said that obviously tonight's opening night, but I said that a few weeks ago. Now, here's where it gets challenging for me in the East. I think it's going to be either the Pacers or the Magic, and I'm having a really hard time deciding because I think the Pacers with T.J. McConnell. You put a picture of T.J. McConnell next to John Stockton, and they look like they could be cousins, and they play similar. So I think him being on the defensive side, those guys are going to play the best team ball of anybody I've seen in the East, and I think they're going to continue to do so. The thing I like about the New York Knicks is they are probably up and down. They have the best starting top five. That's where I wanted to go, but unfortunately, with the Jalen Brunson show, I just don't see it. Now, what they did with Bankero and everybody down in Orlando, man, they
10
did a great
seconds.
job building that team up. I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic. I think they've got a bunch of studs that are going to play a bunch of team ball. I think they got the guys to do it. Desmond Bane. I'm going to go with the Magic in the East.
Wow. That's impressive. All right. I like it. Man, I love this because you guys make me really think, and that's never good for my brain. Can you see the steam coming out my ears? For me, this is a tough one just because the NBA is so up in the air. And I think that it's going to be OKC versus Milwaukee Bucks in the end. I think the best argument that I saw was by Dio. Dio, thank you, sir. You get another point. So, Dio, you've got 2 points. Brandon's got 1. Corey's got 1. Rod, unfortunately, that eliminates you, my friend.
That's fine. It's been fun. We'll see you on the flip side.
Any final thoughts?
I'm just ready for this basketball season because college basketball and football will be ramping up. Let's go get it.
All right, let's go. Thank you, Rod. You have a good one, sir. And I know Rod has his wonderful line of apparel. Rod?
Yeah, shop www.stylesapparel.com. That's Styles with a Z, and we'll see you later.
I love it. Thanks, Hot Rod. All right, folks. So we're down to the final 3. Next question eliminates. Then we're going to go into the finals. Who will it be? Corey, Diabolical, or Brandon taking home the trophy for tonight, folks? I don't know, but I'm excited to see. All right. The GM's getting the question ready. Ready, aim, fire. Let's go. So here we go. Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen? The new Tom Brady and Peyton Manning of the league? I don't know. The best argument's going to come from who, folks? Who, folks? So here we go. Corey, you're first.
Is it the next Peyton Manning, Tom Brady? No, it's not, because Tom Brady, Peyton Manning are 2 of the greatest quarterbacks to play this game. I mean, you see it. Patrick Mahomes, now I will put him up there in that echelon. He is it. He is the face of the league right now, whether you like the Chiefs or not. He is. Josh Allen is too much of a hot and cold. And what I say that is, we've seen Patrick Mahomes lead his team to the promised land. Josh Allen hasn't. I'm not saying we're going to decide he's great or not when it comes to by Super Bowls because, Peyton Manning only won 2, but he also had to go against Tom Brady We see it here. But Tom Brady, Peyton Allen, Peyton Manning are heads above comparison to these two. And it's not Patrick Mahomes' fault. It is on Josh Allen. So not yet. Maybe before they retire, they hit that level. Patrick Mahomes has hit that level. Josh Allen has got to get himself to that level. And I don't know if he can do that, to be totally honest.
Ooh, nice argument. Brandon, you're next.
So I do not think that Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are the new Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. When we look at Josh Allen, what he does against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, that's great. But what is he in the postseason? If we're going to look at a comparison like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, I think we got to look at Patrick and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has actually beat him in the playoffs and actually gone to a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow actually has a winning record against Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So I think that would be more of a better comp than Josh Allen. Now, what Josh Allen has done in the regular season is very impressive, I guess, to some. I don't think he's top 5 quarterback in the league. That's my opinion. I think he's a little overrated. I personally, for the last 5 years, would have rather had Baker Mayfield on my team than Josh Allen. But Joe Burrow, if we're gonna comp this comp, it's Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is elite. He can do it. He's just been riddled with the injury bug and a bad team.
Okay. All right, here we go. Dio, you're number 3.
All right. Between these two, the only person that's in this competition is Patrick Mahomes. He has proven he has faced Tom Brady, and he's had success, and he has not had success. But year in and year out, you never count Patrick Mahomes out. The stuff I've seen him do so far this year, some of the passes or the flips he's made with the ball, just a salvage a blown play is unreal. He does have Super Bowl rings. I see him getting more Super Bowl rings. My thing about Allen, and I have said this and people have called me crazy, I see Allen as a Dan Marino. He is going to throw up so many numbers. He's going to be there in the end. But I worry that this kid, and he's getting older, so I'm using kid lightly, I'm worried he's going to be the next Dan Marino in the NFL. The talent's there. The surrounding cast isn't at all times. He's had his opportunities and could not deliver. Mahomes has been in his way more than once. So I still think there's probably going to be another Peyton Manning coming along that will challenge Mahomes. I did like Brandon's Joe Burrow take, but I still think that person is yet to be determined. But it's not Josh Allen.
All right. So my opinion is this, is Josh Allen is got the curse of the Buffalo Bills, Jim Kelly. Unfortunately, he'll get him there, but he won't get him close enough to win it. Let's just be honest there. Mahomes, there's too much stuff given to him, in my opinion, more than Brady ever got. Now, when you saw Brady and Manning battle and go at it, it was unbelievable. When I see Mahomes go at it with Allen, I'm just kind of lackluster. So I got to say no as well, folks. Okay. Now, moving on to the finals, I got Diabolical. The next one moving on is actually going to be Corey this time. I felt that he made a better argument in regards to these two. I like it. Rook, sir, thank you so much for joining us. I know you've got a little hell bent and heaven sent in you. Any final words?
No, but you can have us sent Hellbent gear. You can go get hshbgear.com, get your 15% off with promo code MARRIED. Pretty nice t-shirts. Go check them out.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's get it, everybody. All right, folks. Thank you again, Rook. I got to tell you, this final is going to be phenomenal. You got the Diabolical one. You got the old man, Sports Nuts himself, Corey. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be fun. The GM is going to be getting the question ready for us, and what's going to happen. Here we go. College coaches terminated in season, fair or foul? Wow. All right, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 3. Dio, pick it.
1.
Corey, you're first. It was 2.
All right. Coach is being fired in season. I'm not a fan of it. I really am not a fan of it. Just like I'm not a fan of, the players opting out of their bowl games. But when a team's not winning, a team's not winning. I mean, the thing is I see why colleges are doing it though, because they have to get ahead of the curve because of recruiting, because of when the portal window opens. So it's not fair, but you know what? It is. I mean, these coaches, these coaches nowadays, they have a lot on their plate. I understand that, but you've got to win. Period. You've got to show at least the product is getting better, and the coaches that they're firing, these products aren't getting better. I would rather see them get fired at the end of the season, but I see why they get fired during the year. Just like if you have a job, if you're not performing, they don't wait till the end of the day to say bye, you're gone. They let you go. So it's a no-win situation on every part. The fan, it makes the fans happy. It gives us something to talk about at least. So, I mean, if I had to do it, I see why they do it. I would wait till the end of the year, but that's just my opinion.
Cool. Thank you very much, Corey. Diabolical. Here we go.
It's absolutely fair, and here's why. We're just not talking about losing college recruits. You're losing fans. You're losing money. You're losing kids who are getting NIL money that are going elsewhere. Once that coach has been terminated, those kids they have the opportunity to go into the portal, and they are going elsewhere. And when I say you're losing money, you got some of these boosters and these alum that if the athletic director decides to keep that coach, they sit on their wallets. Good luck getting that buyout. If you decide to fire him at the end of the season, if you've got your booster sitting there on their wallet and you're saying, we're going to keep him till the end of the season. My team personally is involved in that right now. I wanted my coach gone yesterday. I wanted him gone last season. We have already lost recruits coming in. They've already decommitted. So as a fan, I'm sitting here going, look, you're losing me as a viewer because I'm not going to watch that coach put the same product on the field day in and day out. I refuse to watch. Now, if they put an interim in there, I will support my team till the end of the year. But it's just beyond NIL money. You're looking at booster money and other money.
You guys both have 2 great points. I agree with both you guys. I think that the recruiting process starts once they dump the coach, and it has to start all over again for whomever they're going to bring back in. That's just kind of one of those things that I've seen, been part of, unfortunately, and watched. I think that this is a really tough decision, but I got to give it to one person. It was close tie and then Diabolical. Got to give it to you this time, brother. Good job. Congratulations. You have any words for us? Words of wisdom from the Diabolical one.
Just stick to your sports and, keep it real. Be realistic. Don't be a delusional fan. That I can have a conversation with any opposing team's fan. I'm friends with Corey. He's a Hurricane. I'm a Seminole. So, but he's a good buddy of mine. So I gotta say, I love it when fans can actually have conversations and not get out of hand.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. The love of the sport.
Cool.
Exactly.
Corey, do you got anything to say, my friend?
Hey, you know what? Dio knocked me off the top of the mountain. I won the first week, but it's okay. I liked his take, and like he said, what sports is supposed to bring people together. We have enough stuff outside this world to tear us apart. Sports should bring us together. It don't matter who you root for. You know what? Listen to each other. You can learn a lot. I learned a lot from Brandon. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
And he's, a lot younger than me. And, I learned he learns more stuff about the past, and I learned more about what's going on now. I mean, and that's that's what sports is supposed to do. It's supposed to bring you closer. Even if, I even like the 49er fans. I mean, and that's bad to
Those
say.
guys, let me tell you. No, just kidding.
No, that's all I got to say is, you know what? I love doing this. We have fun. And you know what? We all, no matter what our takes are, I respect everybody's take. I do. So,
Well, gentlemen, I would like to say thank you very much, especially to Powerlifting News USA for being our GM/host. If you don't know him, you should follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that kind of good stuff, regardless if you're on the YouTube, on TikTok, on whatever format you are watching us on. Please do. We greatly support it. Not only that, you got Diabolical, you got Jake, you got Corey, Hot Rod, and Brandon the Rook. Please feel free to follow us. As you saw on our ticker, we had it all up there for TikTok and on YouTube, folks, and IG as well. Ooh, one last question. This is a free-for-all. You ready? Oh, wait, we did this one already. No, we didn't.
no, we did not.
All right, here we go, everybody. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We got 5 minutes. Ready? Tatum or Brown? Go.
I'll start this off real quick. Just real quick. Tatum's out this year. Brown gets to show what he is like running a team. I think he will do very well. I like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is a generation talent. He's awesome. You know what? They're two different players. I think you're going to finally see Jaylen Brown come out this year. Yes, he has a big contract, but I think this year he shows his worth with that big contract with Tatum being out.
Dio.
These two kids, and I know, and like I said, I know Tatum's out this year, but there are still some core players left in Boston. Okay, I know Horford's gone, but I think Brown is gonna. I think he's going to take this challenge on, and I think he's going to be successful. I think there's enough experience left in that locker room on the Celtics that I think that they know how to get back there. And I mean, it's not going to be pretty. I think they're going to have some games where people are going to throw their arms up and go, "What happened?" But I do think when the playoffs come around, they will be in it, and I think they're going to be a tough out, which is why I see them with some success. Because you got the Pacers, they're missing their star player. So there's a lot of even playing field in the East this year. That's why I chose the Celtics as my East champion. So I think there's enough guys left in that locker room in Boston that are going to bring it to the court.
Jake? Hot Rod?
For me, I think I'm gonna go Brown here for this reason. Brown has played alongside Tatum so long that he's going to prove that he deserves his own team. Can they really afford each play both of these players when they want to get under the cap and keep fresh legs going to win more championships? I don't think so. We're going to see what Brown's going to do this year, and I really think by the end of the year, he's going to have so much worth that they're going to be forced to trade him.
Cool. Brandon, you there, my friend?
I am. Tatum's out all year, so I'm going to take Brown just because he's going to be able to show his ability. I agree with Rod in the fact that I think Brown is going to play himself into another team. I think somebody's going to offer him some big-time money. I don't think Boston's going to be able to keep him, and I think that's going to eventually break up. But I think Mazzulla is a really good coach, and I think that he's going to have those guys playing. I did like Dio's take on the Boston Celtics winning the East. I just wasn't going to copy him.
Go. Jake, you there, brother?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you the first time.
No worries.
I mean, I guess if I have to pick either of these guys, it's tough. I guess I'll pick Jaylen Brown just based off the sole fact that he's healthier, won Finals MVP even when Tatum was playing. So I mean, I just think that he's all around the better player. Even without a left hand, I'd still probably take him over Jason Tatum. But yeah, it's kind of not really that hard.
All right, cool. So I didn't know if Tatum was going to be out the rest of this year already. I thought maybe he'd come back in the middle or, later half. And I'll be upfront. I don't know that much about Brown to be able to sit there and give an opinion on this. So I am going to abstain from answering. So,
That's a first.
gentlemen, thank you guys. I know, really a first. I don't want to look more like a fool than I already do. So,
Okay.
You can't. You're bald. You're good, man. You're good.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you all again very much. We greatly appreciate you. Again, don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And these gentlemen down below, please make sure you take good care of them as well. We'll see you guys next week. And I'm going to leave you with this. A saying by Yogi Berra: if you do what you'll always do what you've done. Make yourself better today and every day. All right. World Series starts a couple of days away. Blue Jays versus the Bums. I mean, Dodgers. Here we go. Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Let's go.